I've been doing this roughly 2 years. I've been down at Tucker, I want to say probably 18 to 20 months, but probably a total of 2 years I've been involved with some form of ministry in the correctional institution. But specifically is they're guys, they're actually, there's a mentor program that we do towards the end of this IFI program where you get a mentor, but there are some guys that I have a firmer bond with, which translates to a better relationship when you're down there teaching, when you're down there making conversation after you've got done teaching. And it's a great joy. Most people are scared to say, God, just use me. But what I've realized is God is never going to put you in a place that he knows you won't be happy at. There are guys that you build a firmer relationship with. There are guys that are just more receptive to the teaching and more receptive to what you're giving to them. You have a whole different group of guys. Some are more spiritually, sound than others. And it depends on what the guy is. And some guys are just looking for that male leadership, looking for that connection because they've missed it for so long that's the greatest thing they crave, is just some man to come up beside them and say, you can do this. You're worth investing in. As a man, you can go out and change the world if just given the proper encouragement and the nourishing. The thing that changed my life the most, that face-to-face encounter with God, was when I realized that everything I had was greater than everything these guys had here down in Tucker or at Wrightsville or at the DCC. God saying to Paul, go to these towns, go to these cities, and even though they want to throw you in prison and even though they want to stone you and murder you, I'm going to protect you. And I think about God, me going down there and him saying, Kyle, just be obedient and just take this knowledge that I'm giving to you and just teach it to these guys, because that's all I'm asking you to do. I'm not asking you to do anything but just use the words of Robert Lewis and teach these guys this material. And that's kind of what I reflect on when I'm predominantly by myself. The memories that I've made following God to prison are memories that will dictate how I serve God the rest of my life. We got to sit down as a group and say, we got to sit down and figure out how we can make this work. And I believe God wants to make it work. And the program does work. Men's fraternity works. The IFI program works.